So, it's the time of the year where all the watch YouTubers make state of the collection videos, and I was gonna make one until I realized I don't have any new watches from the last year. So the video would be exactly the same as last year. And there's nothing wrong with that. You can go watch that video. But my husband, James, just so happens to have a lot of really cool watches. And some really cool new watches as well. So this is the first ever State of the Collection, the Watch Papi edition. He has this thing where he doesn't like to show his face, so we're gonna flip the camera and get into it.
So, talk you through my collection as it stands today. I've basically broken it down in this video to steel and precious metal. So I'll start with the steel. So as you can see there, I'm a bit of a brand whore. And this watch is probably it is the oldest of these three. I got this in 2018 before watch.gringa was even into watches. And back then I had to tell her what a great investment it was, and as it turns out, I wasn't lying. Absolutely love this watch. It's got quite a few battle scars on it. It's been all around the world. It's been diving with me in the Caribbean, in the Middle East. Yeah, but...
That's the watch I think of when I think of you. So when I first met you and we were like first falling in love, this is the watch you always banged on about. And you're like, oh, if I could just get a green Submariner one day.
And then the next one I got after that, about a year later, was the Pepsi. Again, another watch that needs no introduction. I just love this. And this is a watch I'd always wanted because the first Rolex I ever had was a 16700, the GMT. So not the GMT2, so it didn't have this is absolutely grubby. Have you been wearing this? Yeah. Yeah, but I just love it. I love the ceramic bezel. I love the Jubilee bracelet. I think it just makes it look that little bit more sporty than the Oyster on the other two. Yeah. And then my most recent steel Rolex, I'm quite lucky to get this just before they got discontinued. Yeah. The Oyster Perpetual with the coral dial, and this is a 36, so a bit smaller than those. But I think with the bright dial, the slightly smaller size works. And I'd bought this just previously, the Santos, which is also 36, and I'd kind of like that smaller, more vintagey size, so went for that. Yep, so that's the steels done.
Rolex whore.
And Cartier.
And Cartier, my favorite.
I did have the Omega Panda, but that got moved out of the collection because it was a little bit big and it hurt my wrist. So it had the engraving on the back and it used to cut into my wrist. I should have just sanded it down, but anyway. So moving on to box number 2. And these are all pretty new. So the oldest one in here, I've had just a little bit over a year now. And again, you've done a video on it. And that's the Aquanaut. I mean, this thing needs no introduction. This is probably my favorite watch. This is a watch I'd wanted from the 90s, in steel, granted. But then when I was offered it in this, I was in two minds at first, but I'm so happy we got it in rose gold.
Yeah, I remember you were saying, oh, I don't know if I'll like it, I don't know if I'll get it. And I was saying, I guarantee you, as soon as you see it, you're gonna love it.
Yeah, I just love the warm tones. And then that sort of set me off down a different path because I always thought I was a steel watch guy. And then I asked you got your Daytona and I was kind of jealous, so I asked for this. The yellow gold, I don't know if this has got a nickname, is it? The yellow gold Panda. Somebody told me they call it the limoncello. But
it's like Austin Powers, I love gold!
It is. Yeah, it gets marked so easily, but...
And at this point in time, you only had precious metals on rubbers.
Yes, yeah. So I do love the rubber straps. They're so comfy. Yeah, they're just amazing. And I just like that, you know, it's a precious metal watch, but it's on a rubber strap. It just makes it feel a bit more sporty, but still, you know, a bit of luxury, but still a bit sporty and a bit scruffy, like me.
A bit of a juxtaposition.
Bit of a juxtaposition, old BP. And then, finally, and most recently, not on a rubber strap.
I've not debuted this on the channel yet.
No. And just while I'm doing this, just a quick shout out to Tell Your Time. These watch rolls, monogrammed watch rolls are absolutely great. Yeah. The Havana dial FP Journe Chronometre Souverain. I ignore my pronunciation.
Oh, you speak French?
It's worse than Brits. Yeah. So it's got this Havana dial. It's a gold dial that's made with a special mix of, I think it's, I can't even remember what it is, but it's just beautiful again.
You've wanted this watch for a while.
Yeah. So we were on, or you were being interviewed by Fifth Wrist Radio for the podcast, and I was sat in the background trying to get hold of one from Pragnell, I think, and not having much joy. And so the guys in the FP Journe boutique reached out to us and said they'd be able to get us one. And it did take a while. I think that was about 18 months ago, wasn't it? But well worth the wait. I just love these double-sided alligator straps as well. So you've got the small scales on the inside and the larger square scales on the outside. It's just those small sort of details, attention to detail. It's just gorgeous.
Stopping alligator, aren't they?
Yeah, they do seem to be. I could just look at this thing all day. But yeah, although these three are quite similar, I think there's enough of a difference there to make them, you know, stand out in a collection. Although I do have a type, or I'm told I have a type, which is a rose gold and brown dial. But the difference in the rose gold there, you can see on the camera, can't you? The Patek rose and
more yellow, doesn't it?
It does, until you then look at that, which is actually yellow, and it looks very different again. So it just shows you the different mixes in the alloys and what it can produce. Yeah, three very different colours there.
Do you have any watches in your collection you would never sell?
I think you're supposed to say never sell anything, aren't you? But we're not made of money, so you know, at some point, to get something else in, one of them would have to go. Would I never? I don't think I'd ever sell these two. Yeah, I don't think I could sell a Pepsi again after losing a Pepsi before. It'd be very difficult to get rid of any of these at the moment.
Do you have a favourite watch in your collection?
Oh, at the moment, it's difficult to say, but again, it's probably these two. Yeah, I can't call it. That's my dress watch. That's my sporty watch. There's not. The Cartier is probably my least favourite out of everything. I don't know, that will go against your sensibilities, but.
Right.
Yeah.
James, thank you for coming on the channel, showing your watches.
Not at all. Thank you for having me.
It's really fun doing videos with you. Do you want to do the like, comment, subscribe bit?
Tell us what you think down below. Like, comment, subscribe. I can't do a false burp.
Give them the kisses.
Oh, yeah.
Bye.
Bye.